Hello.
Just your reasoning behind those changes, please.
I think if I take it from the top down, where France is in the place of Wilco, France obviously was a few months back before his injury he was a starting tight head competing with a guy like Cooney, and then he got that long-term injury. And Wilco's just been playing every single minute, so I guess he's pretty punch drunk, and we'll give him a week's rest and assess next week again. And France is back to full fitness now. He's played one or two Supersport Challenge games, one off the bench for the Stormers a little bit, so we'll try and see how long he can last on Saturday. Peter Steff was one of those guys who's always going to be close to the starting lineup, and getting a guy like him back now with some captaincy experience as a Springbok captain, I think that will help a lot with this young team. And obviously Jean-Luc moving to the bench, and with Jesse we just feel when the game opened up a little bit on last Saturday, we needed some speed out there, and obviously Jesse covers for you 13 and the outside backs as well. So that's the basic reasoning.
John? Rassie, will Billy cover 5 off?
Yes, Willie, and if you're really in trouble, Faf can also help us out there. But Willie, most probably.
Rassie, in 2016, when the Boks played England, Peter Steff started on the right side wing, and Ben Young beats him twice around the rocks to create tries for George Ford and Owen Farrell.
Oh, on the flank.
Do you think that's an area that they might target him, or was that a question of the defensive structures not being in place? And do you also think he improved since as a flanker?
Yes, we know Ben Youngs, all know him. He's that kind of guy. I think if he takes you on with get the correct shoulder, he'll be pretty tough to stop, no matter who you are. So, but I think Peter has definitely grown since 2016. I can't remember that specific one, but yes, he is a threat, and overall our defense has to be up when it was last weekend. We can't defend like that. So yes, it will be a challenge, not just on his side, on Sia's side as well. Overall, he's a threat. We'll hopefully Peter can contain him.
Rassie, do you see Peter Steff as more of a flank than a lock? What is your view on that position?
I think we're lucky to have a guy. I think people always want to categorize somebody as something specific. I think it's wonderful. In under Venter mode, a guy can cover you there and is solid enough in both positions. I think as we go forward, we'll use him in both positions. I don't think we will necessarily settle him at that blindside flanker. We'll use him as, in this game, he might move to lock later in the game because we have 2 loose foots on the bench. I'm not 100% sure where he'll end up when we go to the World Cup. But again, his leadership, and I think if you ask a guy after one test match where you captain, you already think differently in the next match, helping the other senior players. So at this stage, I think he's going to cover both of us.
Rassie, are you expecting the English to put a lot more pressure on Faf this week, having experienced what they did last week?
They know him well. They play against him in the Premiership regularly, So I guess last week there was a lot of pressure on him. You could see they tried to do that, but I guess it's our pack of forwards' work to nullify that pressure and to relieve him from that pressure. He can handle the pressure. That's a nice thing. He's used to playing against them. I think the intensity will be up. All of us will feel more pressure, in this specific game. And I guess if I take anything from last week's game, yes, I think there will be a lot of pressure on Faf.
Rassie, Frans van Herbe's fitness, he didn't play a lot of Super Rugby. Are you happy with his fitness?
He won't last 80 minutes without a doubt. The test match level, he won't last 80 minutes. That I can promise you. But he had a better build-up than a guy like Bongi in terms of game time. He came through 40 minutes and then 60 minutes and then 40 minutes again. So I guess this won't be a 50-60 minute for him. I think it will probably be a 40 minutes for him. But I'm confident that he will be able to handle that. I think more the scrumming will be a challenge, the combinations, those kind of things. Hopefully that settle quickly. But in terms of match fitness, I don't think he'll last more than 40.
Just to follow up on that, were you tempted to maybe start Thomas de Toy, or do you like him on the impact bench with Steven?
We're trying to build Thomas into a world-class tight head. With the help of the Sharks, they were willing to stuck through the tough times when he was struggling in the beginning. And I guess in my opinion, I might not be right. I think the next step for him is to build slowly into a test match tight head where he doesn't always have to take all of that pressure from the beginning of the game. He did it well last weekend, so hopefully he can do the same this weekend.
Rassie, were you not tempted to use Skull?
We definitely were, and we'll see how this week go, but I guess with the World Cup in mind next year, you want to be sure that I guess you must have 5 hookers that you can trust, and 5 fly-offs and 5 scrum-offs you can trust if you want to really have a chance in winning a World Cup. So we're testing and mixing and matching and seeing how guys do. We'll definitely use him going forward. He's not totally retired now from rugby. So, but not in this game. I just don't think it's fair with anybody. Just like when Dwayne and the guys slotted in, and Willie and those guys, you can't just come in, have 2 training sessions, and be as good as the other guys who's trained for 2-3 weeks with us. So, no matter how good he is, he has to settle in and has to get used to all of our way of working, if I can call it that way.
Rassie, are you guys a little bit concerned about that back end of the test? Because your bench did make an impact, but perhaps those last 5 minutes you were under quite a lot of pressure there for this block.
No, fair point. I was more concerned about the first 20, but the last 5-10 minutes, I always thought that we're going to struggle a bit because the guys who was on the bench was the guys who was flying back from Washington, and it was just really a tough flight. So we know they would have impact. That's why we left it so late before we actually did all the subs there. There shouldn't be that excuse this week. So let's use that excuse and say that was the reason that we lost some wheels at the end. But hopefully it doesn't happen this week again. I don't think it was a concentration lap. I just thought everybody was really tired of the pace of that game.
Rassie, do you think that there's still an air of unpredictability about England coming into this game? Certainly you expected them to kick a lot last week, but they didn't kick that much. And what are you expecting this week?
It is. He's obviously a very good coach, and I think he would have tweaked a few things. I guess he's in the same boat as us, with 1 week of training sessions. Let's say 3 sessions. How much can you really change, So I think it might be small little tweaks like we did, but I think overall, I think we might get the same kind of test match. I was wrong last weekend with my prediction, so I'm not sure how close I am now, but I'm guessing it will be. We're playing at altitude compared to the rest of where we play in South Africa normal, and guys will get tired, and I guess the pace will pick up with the more space there is, and late in the second half and later in the first half as well. So I guess more or less the same from my opinion.
Rassie, do you think we'll have a high scoring game again?
I'm not sure. If we have a high scoring game and we win, that would be great. But if it's a low scoring game and we win, that would also be great. So I think last week the game opened up for some reason very early, and then we had to play catch-up rugby and then open the game up ourselves. Normal test match rugby, we all know it's a tight affair, it's a bit of an out muscle. I guess the 2 teams had some time to analyze each other now, and from analysis, sometimes you tend to stop opposition momentum better. So I think it will be more. It was a tight affair, but I think it might be a lower scoring tight affair. But again, I might be wrong.
Rassie, do you use the sort of emotions that are part of a game like this? I mean, Sia's birthday, it's Beast's 100th, and obviously the possibility of clinching the series. Do you use that emotion, or is it something that you just keep away from the team?
I guess it's impossible for guys to keep the emotion away because it happened. It's the reality. It is what it is. It's a 100th game. I don't know if the birthday is such a big thing, but it's. I think it's the capability or if a guy can handle that and still go and put the effort out there. I think that's a big trick, the big secret. If you can bottle that emotion and say, listen, my job's this. It's my 100th test match or my birthday or whatever the case may be. Like Sia did last week, which was a big occasion for him, but he was focused. You could see he was really tired that last 10-15 minutes, and that's why he subbed him. But he was focused and he did his job. So we expect the same from Beast and the same from Sia again. And all of us, we shouldn't make a hell of a hype that the focus go away from the game. So we'll use it, but I guess channel it in the right direction if those are the right words to use.
One more in English, then we'll wrap in Afrikaans.
Just follow up on that to us. The president might be coming for this youth day. Your reaction to that?
Look, it's nice the support we're getting currently, and it's an honor first of all. And I guess the only way we can repay the current positivity around the Springbok team is by putting effort out there that matches that. So things like that happen is also honor, but it's all words if you just say it's an honor. You have to go out there and play the weight so people can see that you really appreciate that. So that's great.
Rassie, wat is jou opinie van die altitude? Ons het in die proefjouting gesien dat baie spanne altitude onderskat het toe hulle hier kom toer het. En Engels het nou besluit om Durban aan 'n basis te maak vir die toer.
Baie keer as jy altitude al gevoel het voorheen, jy weet, as jy in Suid-Afrika speel en jy speel vir die Stormers en jy kom op die hoofveld en jy voel dit dan, jy weet, dis nie regtig die altitude wat so verskil maak nie, maar jy was al daar voorheen gewees, jy het al voorheen gevoel, so jy word nie so baie surprised deur hoe dit regtig voel nie, weet. So ek dink hulle het dit nou gevoel in Johannesburg, so hulle gaan 'n idee hoe dit is. Dit vang jou definitief sonder twyfel. Dit gaan hulle vang, maar ek dink daai experience van, hoor jy, ons kan dit verwag, ons het dit laasweek gevoel. Ek dink dit gaan hulle 'n bietjie help, maar nog steeds weet om in Durban te oefen en hierso te kom speel. Dit vang ou net 'n bietjie.
Nou Rassie, ou soos Andre het nou verlede week baie goed gespeel, 3 skoppe paal toe gemis, maar jy seker nog nie baie gelukkig met toe hy vertoon het.
Ja, is die skoppe in 'n toets is maar vital. Hy kan net harder oefen en harder werk. Jy weet, ou kan nie kwaad wees vir ou oor 'n skoppe paal toe mis, jy weet, dit gebeur maar. Dit gebeur met almal. Maar op die toets was close op die ou end en ons kon net so al die toets verloor het. Maar dan het hy ook 1 of 2 vital skoppe oorgeskop, jy weet, so, maar overall sy game management was goed. Jy weet, hy's fisies vir 'n losskakel en weet hy oefen baie hard. So ek dink is 'n kwessie van tyd voor hy 85% en op begin oor die paal skop. So ja, ons hoop hy doen dit.
Rassie, in Bloemfontein word jy al gesien as 'n Messias. Wat hierdie vandaan kom en sprake is dat ons baie na aan uitverkoop is. Maak dit die druk bietjie meer op die bokke?
Ek dink die druk vir ons is, man, as ek my eerlike mens, ek is so selfs 'n verloor of 'n verkeerde spankeuse, vir my is die druk meer dat laat ons van die pad af gaan in terme van waarheen ons gaan met die span, met die Springbok span, met die visie en die World Cup in gedagte en waar ons wil gaan met Springbok raak. Jy weet, in 'n verloor in die druk is nie so much of ek gefire gaan word of nie, jy weet, en of die verwagting. Ek is so bang ons gaan van die trek af in terme van waarheen ons gaan. So daai is meer die druk vir my, want ek voel hoe ons besluit het waarheen ons gaan en die manne sien almal die langtermynvisie en ek voel die mense aan die buitekant begin dit raak sien. So dis meer die druk. Ek wil hê iets met ons moet daai fokus wegvat nie. Druk om te verloor en die druk is 'n Springbok coach om te bly wen sal altyd daar wees. Mense in Bloemfontein is 'n goeie vriende mee. Hulle sal bly my vriende al verloor ons. So hopelik verloor ons nie.
Rassie, Eddie Jones het vir Joe Launchbury en vir Bradshaw sy beginspanne gesluit.
Ja.
Wat lees jy daar?
Ek dink hulle span het nie baie verander in terme van, jy weet, ek dink Cipriani is op die bank soos ek gesien het. Ek dink die game gaan oopmaak later. Ek dink dis hoekom my ou soos hy seker baie impak gaan hê. Hy's 'n ou wat spasie uitstekend win dit, so hy gaan 'n threat wees. Ek dink Lonsby met Seals gaan hulle bietjie meer spoed hê. Hulle gaan definitief meer competitive in die lynstaande wees. So dit sal daarso wees en hy ken suidelike halfronde rugby baie goed. Hy het gereeld teen die manne gespeel, so ek dink dit gee vir hom 'n edge. Ek dink dis basies die enigste verandering in hulle span as ek vinnig so gekyk en die flank wat op die bank ingekom het. So ek dink daar gaan 'n groot verskil wees. Ons ken vir Seals, hy's 'n baie goeie speler. Ja, so ek dink dis maar hoe hy geredeneer het.
Baie dankie coach. Baie dankie.